In our world today, it feels incredibly fast-paced, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Relentlessly so.
And it's so easy to feel like you're just constantly being pulled around by external stuff, the news, what other people are doing.
Like you're just reacting all the time.
Exactly. Never really feeling in the driver's seat. But what if there was a way to find some real stability, some clarity in all that noise?
Yeah, and not by just becoming indifferent or, shutting down.
Right. That's what we're exploring today, this idea of emotional detachment.
But let's be super clear on that term. This isn't about apathy, not at all. It's more like a strategic mental shift.
Okay. And you mentioned it's refined by Stoic philosophy.
Yes, for centuries. The Stoics really honed this as a tool to free yourself from, unnecessary turmoil, the stuff you can't control anyway.
So our mission for this deep dive really is to give you a kind of shortcut, a way to grasp these key Stoic ideas quickly.
How to zero in on what you can influence.
And maybe just as importantly, how to sort of pull your energy back from everything you can't.
It really is a framework that can shift how you experience things, fundamentally.
And the benefits for you listening right now, we're talking potentially less anxiety, right?
Definitely. Sharper decision-making, too. Even a healthier relationship.
It sounds like a path to a more, balanced life.
Exactly. Thriving even when things get tough. It's practical stuff.
Okay, so let's build that foundation. Stoicism, ancient Greek philosophy. We hear the term, but what's the core?
Well, at its heart, it emphasizes rationality, self-control, and virtue as the way to live a good life.
But what's the bit that makes it so relevant now for our modern lives?
I think what's truly, revolutionary even now, thousands of years later, is that central idea. Focus only on what you actually control.
And accept the rest.
It sounds simple, maybe people nod along, but think about how much mental energy we pour into things completely outside our influence.
Oh yeah, politics, what strangers think online.
Exactly. The Stoics saw that. They believed this kind of strategic detachment was the key to freeing yourself from being constantly yanked around emotionally by external events.
And cultivating inner peace instead.
An unshakable inner peace. That was the goal.
It does sound simple, but living it, that feels like the challenge. We're talking about thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus.
Right, serious heavyweights. And their wisdom, it just holds up, doesn't it? They really push this idea of seeing obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth.
So building on that idea of control, the very first step, the essential one for this detachment, is really getting clear on your own sphere of influence.
Absolutely crucial.
We all have those moments, right? Feeling totally powerless, stuck in traffic, a difficult boss, an unexpected bill.
That feeling of helplessness.
Yeah, that's where Stoicism offers its first, breakthrough.
It really is. Think of it like your personal control panel. Some buttons work, others are just decoration. They aren't wired to you.
Okay. So the trick is knowing which is which.
Precisely. Differentiating between what you can control, your own actions, your responses, how much effort you put in.
Okay, the internal stuff.
Right. And what you absolutely cannot control. External events, the final outcome of things, what other people think of you.
Oof. That last one is big for a lot of people.
Huge.
Yeah.
And this isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's something you practice moment by moment.
So what are the common ways people get tripped up here, trying to figure out what's really in their control?
Well, a really common trap is confusing influence with control.
Yeah.
You might be able to influence something, nudge it maybe.
But you don't dictate the outcome.
Exactly. Like take a work project. You can pour your heart into it, research like crazy, write brilliantly, deliver amazing work. Your effort, your quality, that's in your control.
Okay.
But you can't control if it gets approved or what your boss ultimately thinks or how colleagues react. Those are external.
Right. Or criticism. Someone says something harsh.
Your response is yours to control. Listen calmly. Reflect. Dismiss it. That's your choice. But you cannot control their opinion or whether they'll ever agree with you.
So the power isn't just knowing this, but actively taking your energy away from the uncontrollable stuff.
Yes. Disinvesting, that's the key word.
And you feel the benefit immediately, I imagine, just letting go of that stress.
It's immense. Suddenly all that energy you were wasting on worrying about things you couldn't change.
It gets channeled into what actually matters, what you can do.
Leading to a much more balanced, purposeful feeling.
Okay, so let's get into some specific Stoic practices then. Tools to build this resilience. First one, negative visualization. Sounds kind of dark.
Yeah. The name isn't great marketing, is it? But trust me, it's not morbid at all. It's actually about cultivating a really profound sense of gratitude.
How does that work?
Well, it's counterintuitive, but powerful. You deliberately take time to imagine potential losses. Think about, losing people you love, or your health, maybe even possessions you value.
Okay, still sounds a bit grim.
But the purpose isn't to wallow or create fear. It's the opposite. It's to foster this incredibly deep appreciation for them being in your life right now.
Ah, I see. So by imagining the absence,
You feel the value of the presence more intensely. One Stoic called it rehearsing misfortune. It turns potential future fear into present appreciation.
and so you're not being pessimistic, you're being proactively grateful.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. And it does prepare you for adversity, makes you more resilient, while also just making today feel richer.
How would someone actually, integrate that?
You could just set aside a few minutes each day, morning maybe, reflect on what you value most, really try to feel what it would be like if it wasn't there.
Maybe journaling helps.
Definitely. Getting the thoughts down deepens it.
Yeah.
Doing this consistently builds that gratitude muscle and that resilience reservoir.
Fascinating. And that connects nicely to another big Stoic idea, right? Embracing impermanence.
Yes, absolutely connected.
Because change, loss, the fact that nothing lasts forever, that's tough for us humans. We tend to resist it.
We do. But the Stoics saw change and loss not as problems in life, but as the actual fabric of life. Everything is flowing, transforming constantly.
So acknowledging that reality.
It helps you cultivate a mindset that accepts life's fleeting moments instead of fighting them. And paradoxically, that acceptance actually reduces your suffering when things inevitably do change.
Because you weren't clinging so tightly in the first place.
Right. It allows you to really cherish experiences, people, right now, knowing they won't last forever.
So it's not about being passive, just letting change wash over you.
Not at all. It's about navigating the flow with more grace. Seeing, say, a job change or the end of a relationship, not just as loss, but as a potential opening.
An opportunity for growth, focusing on lessons learned.
Exactly. What did you learn? What new beginning is possible? It's about finding value in the transitions themselves.
Practicing gratitude for all moments, good and bad. Navigating uncertainty with grace.
Yes. It leads to a much deeper appreciation for the whole spectrum of experience.
Okay. And intimately tied to all this is detaching from outcomes. This feels huge, especially for people really driven by achievement.
It is a fundamental shift, focusing your energy relentlessly on your effort, on the process, rather than getting overly attached to the results.
How does that help? Seems counterintuitive if you want to succeed.
Well, it dramatically cuts down on anxiety and disappointment. Think about it. You set your intentions, you commit fully to your actions.
But you release the need for a specific result.
Exactly, because you recognize that while your effort is yours, the outcome depends on tons of other factors you don't control. That recognition is liberating.
We have some great examples of this, don't we? Like Thomas Edison.
Oh, the classic. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
That's the ultimate process over outcome mindset, right?
Absolutely. His focus was purely on the iteration, the experimenting, the learning. Each failure was just data for the next attempt.
Or athletes.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, intensely competitive, obviously wanted to win. But his whole mantra, his documented work ethic, was about the relentless practice, the fundamentals, the effort put in day after day, not just the final score.
So adopting that mindset, it builds resilience, sure, but also a different kind of satisfaction.
A deep intrinsic satisfaction.
Yes.
Your success is defined by your effort, your commitment always within your control. That's where the real win is.
Okay, that's a really powerful foundation in Stoic thinking. Let's bring it home now. Practical steps people can take, like today, to cultivate inner peace, healthier relationships. First, inner peace. Mindfulness, self-compassion. How do we find calm in the chaos?
Well, that inner tranquility, it's not a nice to have. It's essential for well-being.
Yeah.
And simple mindfulness practices can make a huge difference.
Like focusing on your breath.
Yeah, just for a few minutes. Or even just observing your thoughts without judgment. Like noticing, thinking is happening and letting it pass instead of getting swept away.
Anchoring yourself in the present.
Exactly. It cuts down that mental chatter that fuels so much stress.
And integrating it is key, maybe. A few minutes meditation, a mindful walk.
Little bits regularly add up. And self-compassion. That's absolutely crucial too.
Treating yourself kindly, especially when you mess up or things are hard.
Yes. Acknowledge difficulties happen to everyone. Offer yourself the same kindness you'd give a good friend. It's not being soft. It's vital for resilience.
Okay. Next practical step. Setting healthy boundaries. This seems critical for protecting your emotional space, especially in relationships.
Oh, vital. Absolutely vital for emotional well-being. Boundaries basically define what's okay with you and what's not.
How you allow others to treat you, what demands you accept.
Right. They protect you from feeling overwhelmed or resentful. And often, the hard part isn't knowing you need a boundary, but actually communicating it, right?
Yeah, anticipating the other person's reaction.
And Stoicism helps here too. Focus on your clear, calm communication that's your control zone, not their reaction.
So being clear, assertive, using I statements.
Definitely. I feel overwhelmed when, or I need some space when. It expresses your needs without blaming.
Staying calm, being open to discussion, if possible, respectful dialogue.
That's the aim. And it prompts reflection, doesn't it? Looking at your relationships and asking, where do I need better boundaries here for things to feel healthier?
Yeah, absolutely. Which leads perfectly to the final practical point. Reflecting on relationships to build a supportive circle.
Exactly. Just like decluttering your house. Evaluating your connections is key for growth and emotional health.
Journaling seems like a great tool here too.
Fantastic. It helps you articulate how different relationships actually make you feel. Do they energize you, drain you?
Yeah.
Are they supportive?
Getting clear on the reality, not just the habit of the connection.
And becoming really mindful of the impact of, well, toxic relationships. Recognizing those training patterns is the first, sometimes hard step.
Towards making changes.
Towards prioritizing connections that genuinely uplift and inspire you. Creating an environment that actually nurtures your well-being. Your peace is just too valuable.
Wow. Okay. What a deep dive that was. We covered so much ground. Key Stoic ideas.
Recognizing control, negative visualization, embracing impermanence, detaching from outcomes.
Right. And then bringing it right down to earth with mindfulness, self-compassion, boundaries, reflecting on relationships.
And the core message really is that applying these teachings isn't about becoming some kind of robot.
No, it's about empowerment. Navigating life's challenges with more grace, more clarity.
Leading to that deeper inner peace and ultimately a more fulfilling life.
So as you go about your day after listening to this, here's something to maybe chew on, a final thought. If embracing Stoic attachment truly means focusing on your effort rather than those external outcomes, what single area of your life could transform the most if you really applied that mindset starting today?